Hello, guys, we are back again. Thank you all for your support of the show. Thanks for following Football Today, and hope we keep on racking up the subscriptions. Let's go! Finally, Bruno is a Man United player. This has been a very long, frustrating ordeal for one Mr. Bruno after not being allowed to move last summer. It seems he has finally been granted his wish to play for the club of his dreams. Man United will pay 55 million euros upfront for Bruno Fernandes, and further add-ons could push the overall cost to 80 million euros. The Red Devils will hope Fernandes, who scored 32 goals in all competitions for Sporting last season, will be able to add some much-needed attacking spark to their midfield. During his 2.5 years in the Portuguese capital, the 25-year-old has scored 64 goals and created more chances than any other player in the league. Fernandes, who has 19 caps for Portugal, has won 3 domestic caps in his 2 full seasons with Sporting. He began his senior career in Italian football with Novara before joining Udinese and Sampdoria in Serie A. So finally, Man United fans feel they got their man. Hopefully he will perform and help Man United, for they have been a bit shitty. We move on to Arsenal, where they completed the signing of Spanish defender Pablo Mari from Flamengo. The club announced on Wednesday afternoon that the 26-year-old has moved to Emirates Stadium on loan until the end of the 2019-2020 campaign after completing a medical in London. The Gunners have had to pay an initial fee of around 4.25 million and have the option to sign the centre-back permanently in the summer. This deal was done swiftly, though it seemed Arsenal had fucked up, which led to Pablo to return to Brazil. They managed to sort out the small disagreement with Flamengo. Thus, Pablo Mari returned to England and completed his move to Arsenal. Still on Arsenal, reports from various news outlets are now claiming that Arsenal are now close to signing Southampton fullback Cedric Soares. Sky Sports are claiming that the Portugal international, part of the 2016 winning squad, will join Arsenal until the end of the season, when he will become a free agent at the end of the season of his Saints contract. Soares, who joined Southampton in 2015 from Sporting Lisbon, has been a regular in the starting lineup during the club's resurgence in form under Ralph Hasenhüttl since December, before he suffered a knee injury during the win against Crystal Palace earlier this month. Southampton confirmed the arrival of Kyle Walker-Peters from Tottenham on loan until the end of the season on Wednesday as a replacement to compete with Jan Valeri. On to Italy. Inter Milan completed the signing of Christian Eriksen from Tottenham for a fee of around 16.9 million euros. The 27-year-old Denmark midfielder has signed a contract until 30th June 2024. Eriksen told Spurs in the summer he wanted a fresh challenge, with his contract set to expire at the end of the season. After days of anticipation, Inter Milan announced the signing of Christian Eriksen on Twitter. The Danish star had been long linked with an exit from Tottenham, claiming he wanted to leave last summer, with Real Madrid, Juventus, Barcelona, PSG, and even rivals Man United all linked to the player over the last few months. With his future in question, Eriksen had spent the first part of the season in and out of the Spurs team. His 20 Premier League appearances split evenly between starts and substitute outings. His form unsurprisingly suffered a dip as a result, as he mastered just 2 goals and 2 assists from those 20 games. He has now signed a 4.5-year deal with Antonio Conte's Inter Milan. A statement on Inter's website stated, Christian Eriksen is officially a new Inter player. The Danish player, born in 1992, joins the Nerazzurri on a permanent deal from Tottenham and has signed a contract lasting until 30th June 2024. It didn't take long as Eriksen made his debut later on in Inter's 2-1 win over Fiorentina. After Luis Suarez's injury, Barca are in shambles as Quique Setien seemed to be in dire need of reinforcement. Seems Aubameyang is staying, Richarlison is not for sale, which means the only other viable option is Valencia's main man Rodrigo. Valencia coach Albacelades has conceded negotiations for the transfer of Rodrigo Moreno to Barcelona are open. Rodrigo returned from injury on Saturday as Valencia beat Barca 2-0 at the Mestalla through a Maxi Gomez double. handing Kiki Setien his first defeat since replacing Ernesto Valverde as coach. While the Spain international missed training on Monday to have a checkup on his knee in Barcelona, a move to the reigning La Liga champions appears to be on the cards for the Brazilian board forward. On Tuesday, Barcelona president Josep Maria Bartomeu confirmed the club's interest in the 28-year-old and insisted his side will find a replacement for Luis Suarez, who is expected to be out of action for around 4 months with a knee injury before the transfer window closes. But after Barca's emphatic 5-0 win over Leganés, I personally think there is no need for a new striker, as Messi and Griezmann were on top form as they dispatched Leganés days ago. We now go on to Mr. United himself, Ed Woodward. Ed Woodward's house was attacked by Manchester United fans on Tuesday night after years of criticism aimed at the executive vice chairman. Seems like the fans are fed up with him, and concerning the attack, one fan questioned how legitimate the attack was. Woodward has been in charge of transfers at United since the summer of 2013, which has coincided with the team falling from the top of the table. On Tuesday night, fans were recorded firing flares at the executive vice chairman's house, though he and his family were out, in an attack that has been condemned by everyone. One fan has come up with an interesting conspiracy theory, with Woodward having recently appointed a PR firm to suggest it was planned by his own people. But with the latest signing of Bruno Fernandes, seems like he might have turned a corner. Hopefully, he starts to bring more marquee signings for United. Alfredo Morelos' car was tampered with, according to reports. The Colombian player returned to his Glasgow home on Tuesday to find someone underneath his car. The vehicle, which was in a secure car park, has now been taken in for checks. Police Scotland said there has been no criminality established at this time. Rangers manager Steven Gerrard said Morelos had shown no ill effects after the incident with his car, albeit he had not yet discussed it with him. He's fine because that's the way he is. He's pretty laid back, Gerrard said. He handled the situation extremely well, probably better than I would have. And on that note, we end today's show. Thanks you guys for tuning in for today's show. Hope you liked it, and if you did, please don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel. I'd like to give a shout out for the fantastic cartoon and animation creator Omar Omani for using his creations on my show. You can follow him on Instagram, Omar Omani. Please like the video, and you can also comment if you have any questions. See you soon, and thanks for your support, guys.